Hello, Mr. Bacon.
No, thank you, sir. I'm somewhat preoccupied.
It really won't take long, mister, I'm sure.
Come back tomorrow, whatever you want. I really have no time for this.
I've been sent here as a matter of urgency, sir.
As a matter of urgency? Fuck off.
Look, if you don't let me in, I'm going to have to come in. I really don't want there to be any trouble.
Ooh, a threat, my dear boy. How enticing. Now then, what appears to be the problem?
Blimey.
I'm sorry, dear, I wasn't expecting a spontaneous guest. Francis Bacon, and you are?
I work for Mr.
I don't care who you worked for, I asked who you are.
Doesn't matter. Dyer. George Dyer.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dyer. How may I help you?
It's about the other week, you see. You lost a couple of hundred and fucked off
Make
before.
yourself at home.
I trust payment won't be a problem.
Would a cheque be more convenient?
No, that's all right. Nice and easy.
Will that be all? Will that be all, young man?
What the fuck have you done to this room?
I'm sorry?
You live here, do you?
Oh, so you like it?
Like, actually live in here?
Yes, I do.
Fuck me. It's fucking carnage.
What sort of space are you more acclimated to?
Huh?
Or what's the difference between here and home?
Dunno, my place don't have a personality. Like this is like it's like its own world.
Oh, yes. Anonymous, cosmopolitan. It's almost like one blends in out there. In here I'm fabulously free.
What exactly are you?
A man, a human.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah, but what are you? What's this?
I'm an artist, whatever the hell that means.
Painter, right?
Precisely, you prodigy.
Prodigy.
Never mind.
Never known a painter before.
How unfortunate you met me first.
What unfortunate.
You flatter me.
What a strange thing to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, really interesting.
Indeed. If only I could have been a builder or a banker or something moderately sane.
Builder, I could work with. Bankers give me a bit of trouble.
And what do you do besides extortion, of course?
I do what I can do.
What you can?
I wake up, make some money, drink, sleep if I'm lucky, nothing fancy.
What an exhilarating routine.
I'll get by.
And getting by is enough for you, is it? Flexing your muscles and sustaining, treading water in this magnificent sea of life. What more could one
People
want?
respect me. They respect me for what I am, what they know I can do.
You're too gentle, my dear, it's plain.
What the fuck is that supposed to
You
mean?
must be ineffective and efficient, at least.
I could have beat you senseless and done whatever the fuck I wanted to do. A second of hesitation, Mr. Bacon, and you would have been on that floor screaming for me to stop.
I can think of worse ways to spend a Saturday evening.
Why did you pay up then if you're so fucking wise?
Why waste my time, your time, lusting after money? There's much richer things in the world to lust after.
Not as far as I can see.
Or maybe you need to open your eyes a little.
There's fuck all to look at.
There's always something.
Well, I'd best be getting on. Don't want to
stay
waste
for heaven's
anyone's time.
sakes. I'm glad for the company. Having a bit of creative trouble, shall we say.
Trouble? What's the problem?
Nothing. That's the problem. I craft at my most disturbed for chunks of time. Maybe I need to be a little more disturbed, influenced. Shall we say, shake off this veil of isolation. I feel myself tailing away. I think disrupting the routine might just be the answer.
Maybe you're asking the wrong bloke.
And what else do you do?
Hmm?
Well, what else occurs? Chop, entertain me, dear boy. Where's the vitality? Is there a lovely lady in your life?
I dabble, never really taken my fancy. Too much hassle, I know better. You see, they're always fucking whining and whinging.
You sound just like one of those ladies you complain about. So you say you like to drink? Christ, we have so much in common.
Makes the days go by.
Some days I intend to savour, yet I still wouldn't say no to a drink.
Those days are pretty fucking rare where I'm from.
As are they here, as are they everywhere.
So, why do you do all this?
Because I'm miserable.
So are most people. Don't mean they spend their time painting.
I paint because I have to. It's a necessity.
I don't get all this fucking art stuff.
That's the beauty of it. No one does. No one who speaks with veracity, at least. One cannot remain authentic while supposing they have absolute answers. Only stupid people stay convinced of what they think they know, hence stupid people tend not to appreciate art.
You sound pretty sure of what you know.
I suppose I am. A walking hypocrisy.
What makes it a necessity, then?
Well, it's all I've ever loved. All I know, I hate. It's like a prolonged orgasm without all the intensity and emptiness that follows. It's like penetrating someone you despise, yet savouring every ghastly second of it.
Well, I've never fucked someone I hate, not in the traditional sense at least. Could be an experience.
And I shall pray you begin to loathe me then.
If you insist.
It does tend to muddy the waters of hatred a little, provided the gratification is agreeable, of course.
Unsurprising.
Quite.
Maybe you could paint me! Change up both our routines, it would. First, I meet a painter, then I become the next big painting.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'd need to have you photographed first.
Been told I got the right sort of face for it.
Of course, you're photogenic.
Photogenic. Right.
I happen to have the best in the business available at the click of a finger. Creature named Harold.
Can't say I've heard of him.
Funny little chap. Seems to despise the only thing he's good at.
Sounds like you're double or something.
Quite.
One at a time is plenty.
Yes. Two might all be a little much. Rather draining. On the other hand, a young man like you, I'm sure you wouldn't tire me out. Keep me going for quite some time. You.
Look, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh, shut up! You're perfectly safe, mister. Was it George?
It was George, yeah.
George!
George!
Mr. George Dyer, of course it was. You're perfectly safe.
Stop fucking saying that, alright? I know I am. Not like you're going to hurt me.
Not unless you ask me to.
And suppose I did ask you to. Not like you could.
I'm frightfully fierce when I want to. What was it you said about the ladies, young man?
Fuck do you keep asking that for?
Don't tell me you're one of those chilling asexual bastards. I really can't stand depression. They don't have an inch of desire to repress in the first
I've
place.
never met a man so obsessed with such a, something so standard as sex. I mean, it's alright. Never lasts for long though.
It'll last for quite some time as far as I'm concerned.
I mean the goodness, not the fucking. Never lasts. Complicates things.
I wouldn't say so.
Of course you would.
There really is something tragically compelling about you, Mr. Dyer.
Tragically. How kind.
Fancy a drink?
Fuck it. Why not? Don't really have anything to be getting on with, if I'm honest.
The bottle's behind you on the left.
Steady on, mate. You think I'm a faggot? Not that stupid to jump into some sort of fuck.
You're safe. Deep breaths, darling. How lovely to see you. What a fantastic surprise.
Wonderful, you're still alive. Now, have you got anything to show me? Who the hell is this? Oh, bloody rent boy. Can't have been cheap. How delightful.
Please, darling, you know I wouldn't have to pay. George! This is my new acquaintance, friend even, Mr. George Dyer.
Georgie, sir. It's a pleasure.
Right, how'd you do?
And this is Mary, my part-time mother, full-time manager, agent, angel, call her whatever you like.
Listen, Francis, I don't want to intrude. I'll call you. Good luck with the painting.
Ah, glad to see you've moved on.
Have I now?
At least he's not twice your age and beating you senseless.
Well...
Ah, maybe that's what's lacking.
Yes, well, everything's dreary eventually.
Where on earth did you find him?
One might say under strange circumstances. He really is a tender soul, quite my opposite. He's tottered round a couple times now. Still comes back for more.
I can tell.
Those are the necessary conditions for attraction.
Oh, you wise man. Educate me, please, darling. Feed me some of your early morning cynicism. Just what I needed today. I expect that's the last we'll see of him.
I shall resist your urge to plan.
Oh, you're finally growing up. Two childish adults having a platonic sleepover. Perfectly normal.
I happen to have had a wonderful evening since you're so fascinated. I trust yours wasn't similar.
I reckon he's caught you by the cock. And you've got no chance of escaping.
I didn't quite catch my cock, as a matter of fact. Hasn't even gone near that precarious apartment.
What have you been working on?
What you need, darling, is
It's
a
been
toy
months,
boy like him.
Francis.
Forget about that dreadful husband and
it's
those
too
needy
early
things.
for you.
How can one bear to sell away their days through unsustainable breeding? I must admit I pity you. I pity all who desire to replicate
I
themselves so
live with it.
recklessly.
Just
Darling,
you
he
live
drains you. The bags under your eyes aren't from the babies. He's the sole source of your suffering.
Would you like me to say it? Would that make you happy? I sold away any remains of whatever talent I had in order to make miniature versions of myself. Maybe for wonderful Francis, really aid my general sense of fulfillment.
Concede. The children aren't going anywhere. The hubby, however, remains disposable. Get yourself a fresh one. Upgrade to a George while you still can.
I'm not sure I want a George. Thank you.
He really is captivating. It's his innocence. A primitive innocence.
You're praising his
He
stupidity.
doesn't pretend to know anything, like a blank
Oh,
canvas.
He is a blank canvas, for Christ's sakes. At least blank canvas can be turned into something. If he's not old, scary, he's simple and pretty. Take one of the two boxes.
Yes. An honest simplicity. He's malleable yet rigid. Anyway, why can't I indulge myself a little, have some control and worship for once? You'd rather I was putty in some old fucker's hand.
Do whatever you want, but please do some focus. Do as you must.
Such as? What must I? What can I do, Mother Mary?
Oh, booze, beating, even him, for Christ's sakes. But channel it onto there. Ooze out every last bit of your unfortunate fantasy onto there.
Every artistic endeavour has just been solved like...
Don't waste what you have, Francis. I won't tell you.
It happens when it happens.
Pain inspires you, Francis. Pain is your opiate. Stop giggling your days away and feel what hides under the facade. Release it onto there. I've got to get back to those feral children before he brings them.
Yes.
I love you. Keep going.
A lot fucking harder than when you do it.
Loosen yourself up a little. It'll come. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. There's no end to reach. Enjoy the mistakes and, how do I put it? Stop being so conscious. Clinging to awareness, let it drift away.
I look at something, I like it. I look away, look back, and it's gone. Fucking garbage. This paper. Not paper, what do you call it? Canvas. Well, I bet this canvas don't appreciate me fucking with it one bit.
Well, not like you can moan about your mouth.
Not like I can. You know, my sister used to draw a little when she was a girl. It was bloody good.
I despise drawing. I draw like a deranged 4-year-old.
How can you despise drawing, Mr. Fancy fucking Artist? They're practically the same thing.
They're practically not the same.
She was alright. Kind of wish I'd actually done something like that. Didn't do anything.
That is also something we can change. You can be my legacy when I bugger off and die. I'll be an old man before you can...
You ain't that old. One thing I'm sure of, you ain't old in how you paint. Fuck the technique, you do it your own way.
You have the concentration of an ink, Georgie. Now, the key here is, well, try to think of it like this. Photograph. Take the image in and try and immortalize it in your own way.
I'm wasting your canvas, Francis. You know it. Why don't you use it? Your stuff's not like all these wankers round here. Dark and real it is. You don't need me as a legacy. You'll be your own.
Wouldn't write them off just.
Oh! Goodness. He returns again. You're like a ghost, practically residing here, yet totally elusive whenever I poke my head in.
Don't think we properly met, did we? Francis speaks good of you. He's fond of you, I mean.
Likewise. How are you, darling? Glad to see you've had some daytime entertainment.
Splendid. We were just mucking about, actually, enjoying some hours of amorous aimless.
Yeah, good to see you're both still clothed. I just came to pass on Harold's pictures. Mr. Dyer, I hope he's not being totally ghastly trying to teach her to speak suitably, is he?
Why would I do such a thing?
Because you're a cruel bastard.
Georgie here speaks perfectly properly as he is.
What's this?
A canvas.
No, what I mean is, what is on it? It's like creepy.
Well,
I've been experimenting, shall we say. One should never get too stuck in past practices.
Not quite sure what you're getting out of this one. Oh, look, this really is like nothing done before. I think there's something here. Actually, no. God, no. Ignore that. Fucking bit. Oh, goodness.
You know, I also happen to think it's fucking awful.
You mean to say fucking Dyer?
Anyway, what does the evening entail?
I don't know, darling. You tell me. Off to the tables.
Oh, no. I need some air. It's too stuffy in there. And here, for that matter.
You know, I think we might just stay in tonight, actually. How about tomorrow,
Oh,
Mummy?
conveniently, I think we might just have an exhibition planned another time, I'm sure.
Well, he's more than welcome to join us, isn't he?
It's a private event. I could try to...
Wonderful. We'll see you there then.
Right. Enjoy your Darcy tomorrow.
She is charming, she is. Don't worry, I won't come. Got some stuff to do.
Don't be absurd. You're too perceptive for your own good. She'll warm to you. They all will. Assert yourself. Stand your ground.
I don't want to call...
Oh, forget what you think about them and just be here. Just be here.
I'm really not.
I want you to.
Can't we just have a drink or something?
I need you to.
I won't.
You must.
We're sick. Are you alright?
Now, George.
Let's not speak about this again, and we'll do this again, alright? Not that sort of sacrifice.
And simply as a delicacy I'm unashamed to acquire.
Why though? Why that? Why not a line or a big sleep or a nice bloody chat?
Why'd you cry? Why'd you sleep? Why'd you drink?
They're
You
not
just
the
do.
same.
Why
They're
repress myself? This is my existence. I'm unashamed.
There must be a reason there. There always is a reason. You don't make it easy, you know, when you change like that. But look, I don't quite know what you're about to say.
George, ease your judgments
I'm
away.
not judging. I'm observing. You did say I was perceptive.
I find the meaning of life with your supreme perception, then.
Maybe I will.
Oh, you've made it this far in such volatile professions, I'll never know. Precious little bunny.
You enjoy that, don't you?
Enjoyed what, George?
Making me feel like not like a
Spit it out.
not like a man.
The word you're looking for is
It's
emasculated.
pretty ironic coming from the faggot who just begged me to whip
Even
him.
more ironic calling the man you cry and cuddle every evening for months on end
At
a
least I'm not
faggot.
chasing after some sick fucking fantasy.
Well, at least I'm not some mindless thug who barely has a grasp over the English language. I apologize. But really, I'm sorry.
Right. I wasn't trying to humiliate you, Francis.
I'm beyond
I
humiliation.
just don't understand it, that's all.
Not everything can be understood.
What's your darkest fantasy, then?
I dreamt about fucking my father.
Bullshit.
No, not bullshit.
What's he called?
Eddie. He was a difficult man.
Did you know, get on, ever?
Not exactly, Georgie. A boy like me tends not to be too warmly welcomed by a man like him.
Right.
He hated me because of what I was. What he thought I pretended to be, I didn't entirely understand it. One night, I decided to have a snoop in my mother's wardrobe and experiment, shall we say. As soon as I opened it, I felt this rush of excitement. I quietly stripped and stepped into her underwear. Heels, also. Fear or guilt, it didn't even occur to me at the time. It didn't seem normal as such, but it didn't seem abnormal. At some point during my dress-up saga, I assume Eddie came upstairs to get something. I don't quite recall what. My memory is a little foggy. As soon as he caught sight of me, he froze. The look of disgust, pure, unadulterated hatred. I'll never forget it. He came to me, picked me up by the neck with both hands, and then he slammed me onto the bed and strangled me until I could hardly breathe. He let go of me as I gasped, and then he didn't stop. It kept going and going. I couldn't leave my bed for 3 days.
Christ.
A few years passed, and by this point he could barely look me in the eye. One day, as far as I recall, something compelled old Eddie to approach one of the stable boys who I had grown fond of. Nice young chap. Pretty, but poor. Would do anything if you could afford to look after him. Eddie capitalized on this. As I suppose, did I. He paid him to beat me. Paid him well. It was brutal, but it exhilarated me. I realised in hindsight, I loved every moment of it. Couldn't stop thinking about it, actually. A few days later, I crept into the stables and decided to pay him another visit. An optional visit this time.
What happened?
I fucked him.
Lucky boy.
Didn't stay a secret for long. Eddie was so mortified, so humiliated by my insubordination. He sent me away to live with a dear friend of his, to make a man of me, he said. Well, he did. Turns out this dear friend also wanted to bugger me. At least I wanted to bugger him. So I did. Is that an adequate enough session of psychoanalysis for you? Are you satisfied?
I don't get why you need to feel that.
It's a part of me now. If it's horrible, then I'm horrible. We're all horrible one way or another.
It's just not understandable. I've always been surrounded by violence. Grim, ruthless violence. Everyone seems to pretend they don't care, but they do. I care. At least you like it. Most of the people I deal with are helpless. Fucking helpless.
No one's making you. You choose.
Don't mean I like my choice, though, does it?
No, but maybe it means you need to stop indulging such choices.
It's not an option.
Of course it is.
I'd be alone.
Seclusion brings liberation.
Seclusion brings misery. More misery. Anyway, I'm not alone.
What do you need to feel, Georgie?
Nothing dark like you, I suppose. I just want to feel close, safe.
I just want to cuddle.
Seriously, Francis, I can't be hitting and beating and screaming in
How on
here.
earth can one survive with such placid
I
urges?
need somewhere where I can be, Francis, just like you said.
I'm not your mummy, George.
I'm not
I never
asking
will
you to
be. Then
be.
what on earth are you asking?
Darkness out there. You of all people know I'm round these fucking hard men all day, puffing their chests like animals and screaming and fighting every bloody minute. I can't breathe, but they're always asking, always listening.
Where you been, George?
Howdy goes, George!
Why you not been round lately,
What the fuck
George?
am I supposed to say? Alright, lads. Just been a bit preoccupied lately fucking a faggot who makes money off painting.
Tell them exactly that. It might toughen you up a little.
Can't stand it. I really can't stand the fucking stupidity, the lies. If only I could stay right here. Never have to leave, huh? I couldn't. Your people were just as fucked as mine, just as brutal. He's a stupid, low-life thug. That bitch Mary thought, only I'm not. I understand things in my own way, and I understand I couldn't stay here forever, but maybe if it was just you and me, maybe, but it won't ever be like that, will it? You're like a fucking magnet, a bloody great social magnet.
Can't hide.
There's nowhere I can go, right? I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this dreadful city with horrible people and an evil. It won't let me escape.
Hello.
You're early. Harold, this is...
Yes, I know who he is now. Let's get on with
With
it.
what?
Up you get. And not completely up, crouch. Good. Now sit over there and cross your legs. Oh, there, uncross them. Lean back. Stay still, for Christ's sakes. Just move an inch or so to your left. Satisfied?
You can go now. We'll get the rest later. Harold and I...
Move here! Over there! Fuck off, you done, George. I thought we were having...
I'll see you tonight.
Bye-bye. Why you waste my time photographing such a whimsical brat, I'll never know.
You're the best in the business, Harold.
I would have preferred an actual artistic blessing, but photography will suffice.
Start with it. Now, let's
I
see the...
must say that man does have a fantastic face. An awfully symmetrical, well-proportioned face. I think they'll come out quite nicely.
He is a beauty, isn't he?
Fuckable? Yes. Paintable? No. Mary tells me there's nothing to capture behind that skull of his. So much for trying to see behind the surface. There's nothing beyond his racy complexion. I don't know why you bother. He's dulling you, Francis. One would think that the contrast might do you some good.
I don't pay you for advice.
Well, you bloody well should. I mean, why don't you paint him as he is, without the photos in front of you? If you're really that infatuated, it shouldn't be a challenge.
I'll be too shaken, too sickened by what I make of.
Wonderful. Maybe he wouldn't take up all your bloody time anymore.
Speaking of time, bugger off and get them to me as soon as you can.
I thought you wanted to look at the last
It
lot.
appears I'm not in the mood. Chop, chop.
Grumpy old bugger.
You said you'd be here 3 fucking hours ago.
Did I really? I thought I was early.
Sorry, mate.
Not to worry, I haven't interrupted some passionate occasion, have I?
Suspense is over. Boss is not even here.
I guess he isn't. I just came to drop these delicacies
Probably
off.
off gambling or fucking some other place, anywhere but here.
Well, you never know.
Don't you now?
Well, he's not exactly the rock of modern monogamy, is he? And that's okay. Equally unobjectionable for you, I presume.
I can't control him any more than he can control me.
Precisely the liberal
But I
attitude.
choose to control myself.
Yes. Quite. Anyway, the photographs. My servile works might just provide the stepping stone Francis needs to make something of you.
Great. We must all work our absolute hardest to satisfy Francis.
Would you like to see the photographs? Of you?
Why not?
Well,
Very good. And what the fuck am I supposed to say? You lot always require some fancy fucking answer, don't you? You asked me what I thought and I told you they're
I
good.
personally think they're splendid, if we're sticking with short syllable answers. A one-worder, that's what I go for.
Do look good.
Darling, you look dazzling. I really think I captured your features effectively in that one. Really caught your character, even.
Yeah.
He's a lucky man. Maybe we could take some more.
You need more.
How about we shake off the shirt? Really
Oh, I
expose
think you got
you.
enough.
One can never have
Do
too
you
many.
want to fuck me?
Well, if we're being outright
Because I
about
really
it.
can't begin to think of anything more repulsive than fucking you.
Georgie, I quite agree. Engaging in intercourse with him must all be a little much, slightly short of intolerable. If you want to fuck him, then fuck him. I haven't the slightest objection, really. Maybe one day I'll join in. There's no bacon flagpole protruding out of your bottom clip. Now, the photographs. What a palaver.
I don't want to sleep with whoever I please. Francis, I can't believe you can even hear a conversation like that.
To be getting on with it appears I'm no longer.
What
a
things?
The photographs. The key to me recreating you.
Well, I might go out then.
Go pay him a visit. Why
How about the ones you just take a tiny little...
fuck who you please, Georgie. Fuck who you please.
How is he? How is he?
How is who, Georgie?
Me, the picture I mean.
Too soon to tell.
Would you describe it as
I
complimentary?
wouldn't describe it as anything just yet.
I was talking to my sister the other day, and you know, was just talking. I suppose I told her about this bloke I've been working for. I told her he was a painter, a fucking brilliant painter. For I told her. Francis, I told her about us. How it was serious and had been for some time, and how it had always been like this, and how we loved each other more than anyone could. Looked like she was going to be sick the first day. And it passed. She looked into me, her eyes looked completely empty as she stared at me. Then she turned.
Nattering in my fucking ear, you tenacious little brat!
I hear you have something to show us.
Indeed, I do.
Ah, that's what you see when you look at him.
Depends on the day, darling.
Well done, Francis. Your muse makes its first appearance. It's sickening.
It won't be his last.
I mean, to think that this came from that. Well, maybe I am worth something if the photographs, if they can. I don't know what to say, Francis. For once, I'm lost for words. I captured such honesty in that hollow man's face, but you distorted it, perverted it. It's
Francis, I need to speak to you. Oh, what are you doing here? I thought we...
admiring you. An intensified version of you, at least.
Photos?
No. This. Well, what do you think? What first springs to mind?
That's not me.
Well, it is, George.
It's not how you
Look
see
closer.
me, Francis. George, I think it's dreadful, really fucking dreadful.
The critique of the century has spoken. It's melancholic, brutal.
Fuck off, you bitchy little man.
George,
Fuck off! Both of you!
No, stay.
We must get this on show as soon as possible, Francis. Congratulations, my love. I'll call you.
Come on, George, at least pretend to
It
smile.
wasn't me, I could have. How can I? I'm all fucking twisted. To think that came out of you, came from me. To think you were drawn from me all this time just to spend hours with that thing that's supposed to be me.
Aspect of you. It's
I
not
dreamt
you.
about this, you know. I dreamt about seeing myself, how you see me. You made me bleed and black and dying, and he was.
Do drain
so
me,
I want
George.
you to paint me how I am. The part of me I
I
don't.
paint what I feel, not what you want
That's
me
what
to
you
feel.
I don't know how you can bear to look at me.
You're pissed.
I'm always fucking pissed! What's the difference now? Don't complain normally. As long as I'm sucking your cock or feeding your enormous ego, it's alright if I'm pissed. Don't matter how much we're fucking each other up as long as I keep you entertained like a fucking animal. A caged animal, a pet. You want to sedate me, keep me drunk, and you have the nerve to tell me your twisted bloody inspiration to say you're fucking mad, Francis. That's what you are. Calm down.
Gee.
You dare tell me to calm down. You see this? This is just another example of your fucked up way of seeing things, brutal way of seeing me, seeing everything you can. I don't want to be brutal, Francis. You're making me into this thing, this monster.
You're not a monster.
What am I? What else can I be? You paint me like one. What else do you expect me to feel from this?
Self-pity.
No, it's not self-pity, because that man's not. I mean, that man's a part of me that's not real. I need to make him come to life. You bring him to life with that fucking painting.
George, the painting, it's a release. For me, a release of emotion. It's an aspect of you condensed into... well, into you, I suppose. It's an illusion. As if you were to describe an element of me. It's not what you are or what I think you are.
You don't know what it's been like, Francis. You really don't. You've been so empty. You've been empty sometimes. Separate. You're not even recognisable when you put yourself into the canvas. You move completely away from the...
I'm here now.
No one would care if I... Maybe I should go. You wouldn't really care too much, would you? Francis, I ain't being dramatic. I don't want to. I'm hearing shit. Francis, I'm hearing myself talking, constantly talking. I'm going to be talking about... I'm hearing the screams. I'm hearing your screams. You got no right to...
Just us here. I'm here now. With you. Come on.
I've done it! We fucking done it!
Surely not. You finally divorced that adulterous, putrid husband.
Unsurprisingly, no. It involves you, Francis, and one of your many illustrious achievements.
Could be guessing all day.
It's finally happening!
What?
The grand succession of Picasso. I've got you an opening for the artist's retrospective on Paris.
Fuck off!
I know!
That's exquisite, darling. I can't thank you enough.
It's what you deserve. You've got no one to thank that but yourself.
Truly is astounding you've managed to work with me for this long. The tolerating bacon award goes to you.
Listen, Francis. I know it's been hard recently.
Now everything's hard. It's a fact of life, the dreariness of our days. This makes it all worth it, all the darkness. So I'm told.
He's lost the plot, Francis. He's plastered constantly.
I wouldn't say constantly plastered. Constantly drinking, maybe. He can do as he please. Okay, it hasn't been easy.
He's lost it. He's toxic, and
I
you
get
can't
it.
afford
I know.
to have...
You're really just stating the obvious right now, darling. Nothing I haven't heard already before. He does seem to have crossed the line recently.
I really think it might be better
Don't
for you
you
if he didn't
dare!
come...
Don't you dare tell me what's best for me or him. Don't you dare! You think just because you've done something for me, which, as you graciously noted, originates from my work, not yours, that you can try to...
You need to let him go, Francis. He's not your responsibility. He can't be.
I can't leave.
Give him a call when we're back from Paris.
I can't do anything.
I know.
Ah, lovely lady makes an appearance. What are you after, little one?
George?
Just passing by, were ya?
Exactly.
Have a glass of water, George.
Right. But maybe I should just do a little glass, mine. But first, let's celebrate the return of this marvellous lady to our happy home. I'll have a glass of water while this darling treats herself to some eye-wateringly expensive champagne on the house. On our house. I mean, how funny.
Well, a glass would be lovely, actually, George, once you've run on a foot.
Make it your fucking self.
My ink just there.
Both know what she's after. Francis, get her out of here.
And what might that be, Mr. Omniscient?
Don't use those words so you can try smaller me. Don't work no more. You can't talk it up. How much you paying her these days?
Less than I'm spending on your supply of intoxicants.
Oh, Father Francis, how paternal, how generous. That's why I love you, Mr. Baker. You always got the best interests at heart, don't you? So, how much are you paying her?
Come back later, we can talk.
I'm just pointing out what you're too blind to see. She's mugging you off, Francis, right in front of your fucking face. Unlike you, I care about us. I'm watching out for you, and you don't even notice no more. You're not leaving this room till I say so. I know what you're doing. You cheeky bitch. You're taking money right out of his pocket. That's what you're doing. What's he even pay you for? He don't need you. And I don't want... Oh, I can't even look at your arrogant mug. It's offending me.
George. You know I mean you no harm.
I've been
now
watching
you.
you
One too many.
for your sneaky visits. I know what you're doing, what you're planning. You're going to seduce Francis.
Oh, this really is ridiculous.
You're going to seduce him and take all our money, all our stuff. You can take it all away. Exactly! You heard that, didn't you, Roger? She wants me section out of the fucking picture, out of the painting. You're an awful liar. You know that? Don't you? You think I'm that stupid? You really think you can fuck with me? I own his life. He's my life.
Sit yourself, George. Stop it. Now. You're paranoid.
I'm
you don't know where
enlightened.
this will come from.
That's what I am. That's what he's done to me. And me to him. I see how it is. How it really is. I'm perceptive.
This would almost be hilarious.
Get out now, or I'll break your neck.
I'll call you Francis. The ticket's booked.
Tickets? Well, where to? Oh no, Francis. I knew she was trying to do something. I don't believe you. You fucking wouldn't. So what are you going to do? You're leaving the country, aren't you? Huh? Are you fucking her? Do you want me to hurt you? Huh? Do you want me to strangle you? I can't fucking hear you! You're being saved!
We're going away. You're right. I've got a retrospective in Paris soon. We're going for a few days.
I'm sorry, I ain't a mind reader, you know. You could have told me. I'm sorry. It's these pills they're giving me, they're meant to help. And the drink, I suppose. I feel on top of it. Sometimes then I hear all this fucking sweat and I panic and this.
I need some rest, George.
Yeah, when should I pack the ball? Huh?
You're not coming.
Seriously, Francis. You really could give me a bit of warning. Where are we going? I'm not coming. I've never not. Oh, I'm not coming. Oh.
Go on, something tragic is it's inevitable. It's bound to happen if you keep on living here. If I keep on loving you. To balls of darkness, of despair, the love, the hate, the indifference by paintings. George, you'll always be a central haunting focus, but I can't afford any more room for you. I can cope. You can't. I can't live authentically as me and nurse you for your sake more than mine. You know we can't.
Can't? Francis,
I love you.
Don't go. I'll do whatever you say. I promise. I'll stop drinking. I'll stop talking. I'll do whatever the fuck you tell me to do. Francis, I love you. I love you, Francis. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Talk when I'm back. lazy bastard. For goodness sakes, George, I said I would call you. George. 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 George.
Is he bringing...
Get away!
Oh, cool. Why don't you come and drink somewhere other than here? That would be a start. We don't have long until the funeral. Oh, listen, Francis. I know you're hurting, even by your standards, but everything else, you couldn't be doing better in. I know that's not easy to hear, considering the situation. But you're flourishing. Artistically, I mean, decades of pain, you deal with it. It makes it harder to empathize with you in a way. You just keep going. Listen, Francis, there was nothing you could have done.
There's plenty I could have done. Plenty anyone could have done.
You can't save people.
You wanted to be saved.
You tried.
It's gone now. We shall follow. For now, I must join him. Let me join him.
Francis,
Let me join him alone. In peace. Let me see him